the darkness that I've slipped into without you within you. As I begin to demonstrate for the umpteenth time how to lay spoke a meaningful rhyme. This one I craft shall be personalized for the atypical type girls and guys. Those who don't get hung up on the everyday lies created just to be paraded as an opiate for the masses. Sedated society where the big fish swim quietly amongst themselves, knowing they'll thrive off the chosen few and the other 85 who don't have a clue. Dust in the wind, slept and was swept away once again. Coming to grips with the fact we are children of men in these last days for always. I alone control my destiny and will never let another get the best of me. I alone control my destiny and will never let another get the best of me. The pawn they promoted to king, simply for the way that I get down and do my thing. No feelings, no ceilings, none of the suspect or dirty dealings. I've been doing this too long to manifest at the moment of truth and be set up wrong. If you want the party rocked all night long, then there are several different ways I amaze. The calling card clearly displays I have triple threat status with any hip-hop apparatus. Paid mad dues, if you took a walk in my shoes, you could glue into the psyche slightly. Never been the type to choose my words lightly, despite the fact that I'm refreshed nightly within a vision. Decisions to make, original man in a subliminal state. I alone control my destiny and will never let another get the best of me. I alone control my destiny and will never let another get the best of me. I am reality behind the illusion, beacon of light in confusion, using much more on my brain than any simpleton can. Guaranteed ace in the hole, a mystery man. I know my history and I seen too much repeated and not enough deleted. Hip-hop will be defeated by either suicide or euthanasia, not a label that's major. Each social class has a representative in this legion of masses, excluding those who are plastic, snap like human elastic. Chief MC, a modern day classic. The diplomat kid slid through the ranks and stopped like Tiananmen tanks to give thanks to listeners and those in a similar position, faced with a similar decision. I alone control my destiny and will never let another get the best of me. I alone control my destiny and will never let another get the best of me.
We worked our whole life for this, now I'm trying to make things right. Are you the same too? Keeping it raw, nothing less or more.
And I'll keep hoping that you and I might witness love life for a moment. Own it, keep it like a secret that we once told one another when passing. This is my passion, and it was fashioned from well-meaning intentions. Inventions that may not be made out of necessity. Motherless children, ready and willing to sacrifice, lay it all on the line. I love life, and there's only one kind worth living. Left to my own devices, I could be the true definition of niceness. Cool in these times of crisis, 1,000-yard stare receiver, a true believer. Check out my unconditional, original composition about loving the individual for all time. Are your eyes still open? I'm still hoping for a chance, opportunity to advance and achieve balance. A alike, be alike, yes I will be alike. On some more, wouldn't it be nice if we were older? Wouldn't it be nice if we didn't have this weight to shoulder? Another loss and my heart turns colder. Could it be the reason I front? Wrap up my problems in a blunt, watch it dissipate. Recognize my moment of truth and hesitate. I recognize the fact these thoughts could resonate in ways I couldn't even imagine. It could even happen to you. It's no anomaly. People are talking and it pops up commonly in conversation. Read between the lines, or better yet, listen, and you'll hear it every time. Sinner lady maybe got a little too close for comfort. It started to wonder what would happen if strapping in together. Maybe we could weather the storm. Perhaps perform a small miracle, spherical relation, full circle and suspended animation. It was my imagination running away without me, cause it doesn't care about me. Maybe it teaches me I stand too proudly, and I should allow things to flow and then go with it. Forget about cool calculations, micromanaging every single situation. The sound of live alliteration, history and repetition, simple as long division. That's why it never works out in the head and chooses other means instead. Mostly time. My friend sits by the drum. I grab the mic device and I call get dumb. No resistance. Dig the polar opposites, rocking it and chalking up another victory. Dig these rap cats, building the mystery. Personally handpicked to make history out of realness. Ordinary man feels us because it's actually natural the way we're impacting you. Back on my avenue, back in the day, we were known to bust raps of a vivid array and a vicious display. The way that we rocked it was top notch, hypnotic, symbolic of the way we were living. Chances we were given of the face of where we've been placed in society. Some folks lied to me, said get yourself a college degree and assimilate quietly. A chosen few told me do what you do, and no matter what happens, we'll support you and the choices you make, chances you take, cages you shake, and events that ensue in the wake of you taking a stance. Dance with the opposition, try to better your condition. After all, that's what life's about. Movement without regret, without doubt. Pay the man what? Pay the man respect. 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 Hit with solid air, full blast off guard. Hard enough to knock me off balance. Here's another strange challenge. Besides living in the whirlwind existence and managing your sanity avidly, life nowadays is overrun with reality and quotations and manufactured situations. I remember when I used to choose my own adventure as a principle. I choose a visible man because I can't stand to be seen in this obscene plan laid where we all say we got it made, but we only been played for the goal of a one. Cause dollars and cents make you controllable ones, fortunate sons. But it ain't me, so I must be the rule exception, no doubt, no question. Listen when they talk in the lesson about be true, and always do you. Pay the man what? Pay the man respect. 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 We could sit down and fantasize all day, but when you open your eyes, life gets in the way of your tunnel vision, forcing you to advance with caution and second guess every single option. That's why we constantly find ourselves lost in between reality and our mind in some interesting kind of charade. A pity parade with a cast of thousands all trapped in public housing, stacked like bricks, looking for an escape or some quick fix from these predicaments. Less than zero individuals have no need for heroes. The people united cannot be defeated. Separation keeps administration seated at the top. If the bad apple won't drop, then chop down the tree with heavy artillery. Pay the man what? Pay the man respect. Pay the man what? Pay the man respect. Pay the man what? Pay the man respect. Pay the man what? Pay the man respect.
Dig this.
These are the times that try men's souls. The summer soldier and the sunshine patriot will, in this crisis, shrink from the service of his country. But he that stands it now deserves the love and thanks of man and woman.
Tell them, brother.
The phony, tough, and crazy brave have a line in the music that they make drives me out of my mind every time that my ears are subjected. Big brother's torture device that is aiming to slice reality from his firm grip on my mentality. My hands aren't strong enough to cover my ears from the years of abuse. So what's the use in complaining about the monster we produced? Down on the street it's loose and runs rampant. Then with such ease we planted the seeds of illusion, and it's grown into a problem of great magnitude, no way of resolving. Spun out of control, lost soul with a heavy agenda. Great pretend to meet the populace, dead set on stopping this forward progression of the ones who receive the oppression and abuse. I don't see the use in complaining if the name calling and the finger pointing is remaining. Closed minds training one another for a battle of attrition. Friendly fire-based mission of madness, closing out a decade of sadness. The emperor's new clothes cut off his access to rational thought. His mind then inspiring over yellow street, disguised as a hard line.
More than acts of terror, real acts of war. More than acts of terror, real acts of war. More than acts of terror, real acts of war. More than acts of terror, real acts of war. More than acts of terror, real acts of war. More than acts of terror, real acts of war. More than acts of terror, real acts of war. More than acts of terror, real acts of war.
Hand over fist, top name on a VIP blacklist, cause I studied the tactics. I don't need my news delivered by actors. I don't need war with private benefactors. It used to mobilize a nation, now all it does is add to the working man's frustration. Echoes of a bygone era. Communism has a little brother that the world calls terror at the moment. Ism's the main component. They stomp on the world like they own it. I wish I wasn't in the path, because when the nunchucks swing, we're all gonna have to face the wrath. Statues crumble for me like McGrath in a sense. Nothing is spared at my expense. Funny thing is, I see no benefits, not even fringes, before my door bust off the hinges. The world can't wait. They'll scoop us all up and it'll be too late to circulate our opinion. Number one amendment benefit the so-called American living. If you don't hide, you were driven to the side. Of course this type will use force to collide with the opposition. They don't have time to listen. Business comes first on this simple mission.
More than acts of terror, they were acts of war. More than acts of terror, they were acts of war. More than acts of terror, they were acts of war. More than acts of terror, they were acts of war. More than acts of terror, they were acts of war. More than acts of terror, they were acts of war. More than acts of terror, they were acts of war. More than acts of terror, they were acts of war.
The United States knows that Iraq has weapons of mass destruction. The UK knows that they have weapons of mass destruction. Any country on the face of the earth with an active intelligence program knows that Iraq has weapons of mass destruction.
To my man JP, God bless your life. To my San Marcos people, God bless your life. Living on the edge of the knife is a difficult task, an insane thing to ask when it feels like I'm sowing but I'm not reaping. Feels like I'm dreaming but I'm not sleeping. Lines got crossed and our civil liberties got tossed to the side like trash. Endless amounts of cash to pour into conflict that we created. Consciously aided and abetted. Put a face on the whole thing so that when he was beheaded you would easily forget it. I remember when I read 1984, it seemed like a forecast of what was in store for the simple man. In the form of information, oversaturation all across the nation. Check out the ill situations as they're paraded across the news stations.
We must take the battle to the enemy, disrupt his plans, and confront the worst threats before they emerge. Iraq continues to flaunt its hostility toward America and support terror. This is a regime that has something to hide from the civilized world.
Seems likely that I might be a combination of Spike Lee and David Icke. Do the right thing with both sides of the brain. Arrange new ways to calculate loose change. Add it up to make sense of present tense in relation to the past. Shine in the shadows cast over the unknown. And I'll never have to learn how to operate with my mind blown. Some of us are shown the way, given chances to own the day. Escape from the evil eye and its sway. Be that as it may, all are obligated to pay like they weigh. Time for me to stray from the pack, fully intact, locked, loaded, and ready for attack. Leader of the nonchalant pack, hand on the curtain and I'm hurting to pull it back.
In the councils of government, we must guard against the acquisition of unwarranted influence, whether sought or unsought, by the military-industrial complex. The potential for the disastrous rise of misplaced power exists and will persist.
People claim to be complex, but they're not military-industrial, which sucks for you because all around us you find clues and evidence. Drake equation, the Schumann resonance, Patriot Act, introduction of crack and heroin to quell revolution. The final solution, COINTELPRO, SDS, hell no we won't go. Direct action, war propaganda, Iraq, Afghanistan, Rwanda, 9/11, 01, the 5th of November, the days of rage and Black September. Remember, triangular trade was how money was made, but now bullets are sprayed and everybody gets paid up on Capitol Hill. Things are unreal and the time hasn't even come yet to reveal the real beneficiary. These times are scary when you connect the dots and point light in spots where a shadow was cast. You and the men who were hiding butt heads and worlds start colliding. Nowadays the sinner's trying to miss it instead of being found dead or thrown in prison. Same song with a brand new sound and it's broadcast live from the Weather Underground. I take a deep breath, and I have now left this plane of existence. More than symbolically, something just out of my reach keeps calling me. I can't see it through the haze of the days that I burn away, wrecking life, and spectators can't turn away from the show I provide. No use running cause there's nowhere to hide. Hide so I can make the right fall from my calling. Checking in once again from that mind state that I'm stepping in every once in a while. I quote unquote keep my high profile for the sake of my sanity, speaking without hints of vanity. I never plan to be an advocate of any kind, so don't place the blind behind me. Walking and talking irony, sick twists, and I'm quick to dismiss the dumb with the wave of a hand like an aristocrat without the money. Cause I find it funny later on when the word is intellectualizing. Rhymes must be hot cause smoke keeps rising. The third time's a charm. We conceal the deal and intellectualize on the real. On the real. Intellectualize on the real. We could be the catalyst, analyze our own existence, and choose where to put up resistance if we want to. But somehow stuff becomes you instead of us becoming declarations of that which we choose to be about, of what we represent. Creatures of habit in our chosen element. Do we even have to spell it out? Things are not what human beings should ever worry about. Those very things are distractions to actions that some will quite simply find astounding. Events so resounding they can't be ignored, but the powers that be choose not to report it. When did my right to information get afforded to another individual with spiteful interpretation? Minority view, and their eyes the big pictures are no concern to you. I'd rather form my own opinion of the situation that I'm living in and shape my character thusly. Put it to a beat so my weapon isn't rusty. Put it in your hands, say thank you and trust me. After effects of what I want to witness. Shockwaves due to awareness are tremendous. One case where size does matter. Bigger illusion, more glass shattered. I might become tattered, torn and frayed, but I always get mine and will never be afraid to take a next step. Cause I'll never walk alone. Me, myself, and my microphone are set to make it happen. So let's seal the deal and intellectualize on the real. On the real. Intellectualize on the real.
Walk on by, frontin' on my green, never that. Seem like everybody puffin', but I'm contact. But I don't know about that. Frontin' on my green, walk on by. Frontin' on my green, walk on by. Frontin' on my green, walk on by. Frontin' on my greens, I don't know about that.
The pain from giving grows deeper.
Once again I'm asking, how can I express, let alone possess in the midst of unrest and insanity, posing for the cameras candidly, all the time they planning my tragic epilogue. Critical review you can sing along to. The author of that tune walks among you without recognition, like a shadow of a shadow. Hallowed being a madman sightseeing for kicks. Somewhere between a quick fix and an everlasting gaze is where I spend my days. At times I amaze myself with my innocence, evidence of a sentiment that convinces me living otherwise is covering my eyes for no reason I can see other than self-demise. Spiraling, violent experiences where I see fit to. Self-doubt is how they get you. Taking glamour shots on top of paper moons as I eclipse the sun at the Shoka high noon. Taking glamour shots on top of paper moons as I eclipse the sun at the Shoka high noon. Here's a paper thin apology for my actions. If they weren't see-through, then how could I see you in such light? This barrier should be barely visible and easily dismissible if need be. I need the feeling that somebody out there needs me, like I need a hole in the head. Like I need my soul to be led by its proverbial hand into the land of analyzed confusion. Illusion of a chase, stuck in a self-imposed case. Say he's gotta have it, walking bad habit. Anything my little heart desires, I fire off rapid. Check that, I fire off rapidly. Blank space, same face that I made on the day that I met you. That I let you invade me and persuade me against my will to get lost in the way that I feel. Taking glamour shots on top of paper moons as I eclipse the sun at the stroke of high noon. Taking glamour shots on top of paper moons as I eclipse the sun at the stroke of high noon.
Enemies and their own families. Enemies and their own families. Enemies and their own families. Enemies and their own families.
One day soon, when all that is now, all that is gone, all that is come, and everything under the sun is in tune. But then the sun is eclipsed by the moon. Those that are wise will not be surprised. They shall be aware, and we will all stare as one until the course of events has been run, and that light comes back to shine on everyone. Hopefully I'm blinded, so that I'm reminded that looking for love makes it harder to find it, especially when it weighs on you so heavily that you have to make adjustments to walk steadily. Words readily prepared can't cut it when your mind gets flooded with a simple and redundant thought. Here in this particular spot, we can see what we've been doing with the time that we got. Taking glamour shots on top of paper moons as I eclipse the sun at the stroke of high noon. Taking glamour shots on top of paper moons as I eclipse the sun at the stroke of high noon. The back of the page is my new domain, because one sheet could no longer handle the strain of the burden that I displace. The worry and the disgrace, the embarrassing distaste left behind. It drove me out of my mind to find that hip-hop love is the choking kind, the all-up-in-your-face joking kind, the words that are left unspoken kind. Soaking my lines in sarcasm, hurl them like javelins without a care to where it's traveling. I figure wherever they land is where the word association will be in demand. We got more rhymes than there's grains of sand, and we all dig playing in the traveling band. Backhand a rapper if the show is bland, just because we can. But understand, we don't wanna spread violence, that's not the plan. We wanna build with other crews and expand like a fat man's waistband on Thanksgiving. Robert Altman type props is how I'm living. Copycat rappers get cut like ribbons. Half day closing without Beth Gibbons. Fibbing about your bank account amount won't impress me. Let's see you get debt free. Well, the bottom drops out from the music industry, and your GED won't get a J-O-B since he spelled quick without the C on the standardized test. People that suffer for much less. Everyone's trying their best to be head above water and be in the black next quarter just to get by. And I mean bare necessities everyone hopes would be readily available in our stable society. But I step outside and the people eyeing me see an opportunity for spare change. Big business makes mad profits. I find that such a strange imbalance, insane challenge for folks to comprehend. So they pretend that the problem isn't there, stay unaware by choice. And in exchange for your voice, you get a trip to the house of stained glass, credit card for buying your gas, promotion and social class. Wedding day they'll play at last. Come home to white fence and green grass. Little red Corvette that you could drive fast around the corner, hoping that you won't crash because the little red thing costs so much cash. It'd be a downright shame to turn it into trash. I find that a sad existence, therefore I calmly put up resistance. Making it intense is key. Basically I'm obsessive compulsive to that which I find repulsive, that which offends me, that which does harm and acts friendly or any other guise. The messenger with devious eyes and a fresh new batch of his lies. Arbulos, oh, host your girls and guys, for the time has come to get wise to the facts. These politicians ride our backs with a reckless abandon, getting money hand over fist, forget protecting our interests. All they know is politics of the business. We must act as recipient and witness at the same time for our difficult climb.
I know, man, I'm standing here right now. If you didn't think about it before, think about it now. If you didn't think about it before, goddamn, now, stop about it.
We are
to last. Blasting reality in all directions. Imperfection corrected, hand selected, subjected to rigorous tests. Blessed with approval, upgraded methods of MC removal, similar to those from previous pros. Coming out something like 400 blows, easy to spot among the average Joes. And proper surrounding, his abilities are astounding, enough to have your heart pounding in overtime. Get your cardiac arrested by digging too deep in the rhyme. People think he's out of his mind, instead of maybe being wrapped up in his own head. Some don't listen, and they'll keep missing the point of why I've taken on this mission. If I was an army of one, I could still guarantee to my people the job will get done. I stand on a mountain, and I let intellect spill like a fountain of youth. When folks ask for the proof of the fact that a latter-day prophet cat's got it like that, all I can say is take a look at the limitless way we hit you with a vivid array on the regular. Set your watch type action, pure audio visual satisfaction. Tracks got me so high I might drop like I'm full of sour diesel on a Brooklyn rooftop. Out of body experience explains how I symbolically remove my own chains that weigh me down, keeping me from doing what I have to do before they lay me down. Suckers won't make a sound, dig them all pleading the fifth while I'm shooting the gift. Smooth criminal with a penchant for catching subliminal wreck. I play the balance to the check, yin to the yang. Regardless of the state of affairs, I'ma do my thing. Strong enough to lift every voice and sing. Ripple with the R-Tac plan on the wing. Walk with a purpose, that catalog of verses I use in my search to find ground. Solid ground, beautiful ground. Following a path similar to falling down. Long day's journey in the night right in front of your eyes to quell false claims and alibis. If I was an army of one, I could still guarantee to my people the job would get done. Death to the fascist insect that feeds on the common individual whenever he bleeds. In between the lines it breeds. Our needs will be secondary until we're revolutionary. Opinions may vary, but it's crystal clear that we're falling deeper into the trap each year. Running up the slippery slope with a handful of rope, working with a hope and a prayer. One more chance to use my 1,000-yard stare. All saw it coming, I stopped running. If I stand my ground, I'll take the brunt of the blow. Possibly I'll throw it off track. I know my iron skin will stay intact. That's original fact, no matter how the cards are stacked against me. Jealous ones envy the composure of this winter soldier. If I was an army of one, I could still guarantee to my people the job will get done. If I was an army of one, I could still guarantee to my people the job will get done.
You gotta suffer, man. You just can't go out here and run your man, and then don't let no blood. And we bleeding every day. You know, you gotta bleed with us, man. We start bleeding together. You say, wow, well that cat hurting just like me, you know. So we gonna get behind this thing. We gonna axe that inside there, cutting us. You dig? Then you have it together. Then you gonna have it together.
As I interrupt your function, this is a cheap production made in conjunction with Muggsy. People bug me with the question, how do you keep your competition second guessing at all times? Every rhyme's unique, so we can't get a handle on the words you speak. The word associations, classification is classical/radical, grammatical terrorism. The full prism, a healthy dosage of knowledge and wisdom. Understanding, there's a 10% that's planning to run things without the authority of the majority. My priority now is educate the masses, and maybe over time we can climb out the trap. Thoughts overlap and the pattern emerges. That's when the crew surges into action. Get up, stand up, put a hand up. Stick with me and we'll stick the man up. Let's take it all back. The wool's been pulled too long and we can't have that. Get up, stand up, put a hand up. Stick with me and we'll stick the man up. Let's take it all back. The wool's been pulled too long and we can't have that. Most MCs spit fractions of fiction. I spit the facts with conviction and intentions of damaging the foundations where think tanks conjure up situations to make folks frantic. Brave new tactics. The top brass use a red vest, gigantic insults to anyone with ears. Apparently we won't take that if there were a number of years in an election. Which begs the question I'm asking, how is it that these greedy men stole our passion? I can't believe I'm seeing things that I've been reading about in fiction placed in my jurisdiction. What's that? that. They force factor to reality so deep they can't take it back. Not that they could if they would. They rep us but wouldn't step foot in our neighborhood. Short of looking down the barrel of a gun. Why be mad? That's just the way that things are done. Now's a good time to teach your daughter or son that a corporation is an illusion of one. Illegal business controls America. Cash rules everything around our hysteria. Seems like before the government would take care of you, they bury you alive, and that's no job. Get up, stand up, put a hand up. Stick with me and we'll stick the man up. Let's take it all back. The wool's been pulled too long and we can't have that. Get up, stand up, put a hand up. Stick with me and we'll stick the man up. Let's take it all back. The wool's been pulled too long and we can't have that.
America flag waving, follow the Freemasons. Some of them preach hatred, all of them lead nations. Let's make changes, shit, I'll make the arrangements. This feels dangerous, I believe we can take them. The powers to be, hours decrease. Running out of time and it's time to revolt in the street. Quit you falling asleep, slap a horde on the cheek. Feel like Normandy when the soldiers were storming the beach. You warn for peace, the freedom of speech. You read it and weep, I put the beat on repeat. And I'ma roll me a sweet, sour diesel and tweet. I know you feeling the vibe, Willie is stomping the beat. I know you feeling the vibe, presented Muggsy and Chief. No gimmick, just sharp lyrics all over the beat. If you with it, then walk with us, cause talking is cheap. Or just run up, push up, sit down and sit up. But get up, stand up,
put a hand up. Stick with me and we'll stick the man up. Let's take it all back. The wool's been pulled too long and we can't have that. Get up, stand up, put a hand up. Stick with me and we'll stick the man up. Let's take it all back. The wool's been pulled too long and we can't have that. 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 Looking through the eye of the needle, repairing my past life. I discover false memories of real people. I took a minute with that, let it sink in, and I got to thinking about time and the search that I'm on for some peace of mind. Seems like I'm finding anything but square peg cut, hopelessly lost in this round type rut. Listen to the whispering wind, and things begin to make sense to me once again. Let me sit you down, my friend. Though I truly cannot explain these thoughts running through my brain. Why will people feed off pain? Suffering for sanity with nothing to gain. Getting hung up on one moment seems so strange when the world's way just dictates change. Witnessing the growth from a seed to a tree is relative to that of rapper to MC in the grand scheme. A blink of the all-seeing eye, quickly running out of tears to cry. Baby, keep your head to the sky and eventually you'll get by. Sorta like the boy who can fly, done without wings or strings. Medical assistance, chains or rings. Looking through the eye of the needle, repairing my past life. I discovered false memories of real people. I took a minute with that, let it sink in, and I got to thinking about love. How we get it from above in abundance, yet we find a lack thereof as we walk daily. So I order my steps in Coltrane directions, meditations on the love supreme. Dreaming that I see reality behind the eyes of another, and we think a similar thought before we blink. So it sinks in, right where it happens by instinct. Because I buried my actions and thought long enough, crying about how time's tough and how every day's so hard. Cause I seem to rush through the best parts in a hurry to the finishing line. The winner who was standing alone, creator of his own demise. And in his eyes, I could see that he realizes it couldn't be anyone's fault but his own. That's a choice that we make, a journey we take to reach some point that's way down the line. Maybe we could find another path to create double lines, tracks to the end divine. Looking through the eye of the needle, repairing my past life. I discover false memories of real people. I took a minute with that, let it sink in. And I got to thinking about life and the way that we live it. How we get livid and refuse to forgive it when it turns vivid. When it turns back into itself and we get tripped, get flipped for real. Most people call me chief, and it's my belief each one of us was given a brief amount of time to shine in attempts to find peace of mind. Release the blind from the wicked design that we refer to as captivity. Maybe I could stimulate some brain activity in my day. So I say, why not? It's all that I got to live for. So I give it more than the average man can. Stand on my own too, living proof that no man can own you. Every 9 to 5 is a mission that keeps you hoping and keeps you wishing. Take a good look at yourself in the mirror each night, and you might just get a clear view that only you can do you. So be true to yourself, automatic while you're indoor static. Looking through the eye of the needle, repairing my past life. I discover false memories of real people. I took a minute with that, let it sink in, and I got to thinking about sex. And I got to thinking about
pulling your car, leaving you scarred.
And I got to thinking about
Life on the whole is in question.
yeah. And I got to thinking about
When you
Try bars was really right. It was some experience.
It was great.
I'm gonna tell all my friends they've got to come. They've all really got to come.
It was great theater. It was magnificent. It was a magnificent experience. I'm tickled I came. It really makes you stop and think. Really? Certainly, I've worried about the problems, you could almost say the sicknesses in our society, but it was invigorating. I find it hard to think.
like Coke, Rock, / Doc Spock, original intellect, infinite, interjecting my thoughts in the proceedings, weeding out process so complex that I can't explain. I just follow the directions, sorta like take 2 and swallow. Funky dialect, projected as China syndrome with a touch of placebo effect. These live wires connect to wreak havoc on any sound system from the Earth planet. Big business upset they can't can it. Got them all saying damn it like I'm Janet. Rap is still out of control, and we never did find that coke produced over soul. The one who played the loophole managed to take advantage, and it took its toll. Mechanical man with a master plan to change brain sizes into grains of sand, gaining control with the wave of a hand, leaving suckers frozen where they stand. Statuesque, I've been blessed with the moves so smooth they define finesse. By the 6th breath my decision is made, and the 7th is released when the scenario's played. In the shortest matter of moments, I collect notches on the belt from the number of defeated opponents in the weight. APB on the chief MC for a whack rapper's sake. Crews that never pay dues can't use the word to advance. Why take a chance? All of these fools with their foolish plans ought to spend time finding a stone to romance. Then they can claim they rock for the love, ushering the culture along with kid gloves to an early demise. Videotaping sex and lies for the children's eyes. Then we wonder why kids grow up fast in their head, but their hearts aren't built to last. Easily forget the past and then do the same old thing with a different name. Sadly, I realize I easily connected someone like Rochester, but step and fetch it is the rich boy. Amos and Andy, a jock and Jeezy in a slab with candy paint. Thousands die for our voice. Too many of us made the wrong choice. I will not wait in vain. I will take my voice back, simple and plain.